Why your brain hates saving money. The investor's chief problem, and even his worst enemy, is likely to be himself. Those aren't my words. That's Benjamin Graham, the man Warren Buffett calls his teacher. And here's the weird part. Your biggest financial enemy isn't inflation. It isn't your boss. It isn't even the economy. It's a 3-pound blob of meat sitting between your ears. Your brain. And the crazy thing? Your brain was designed to make you terrible at saving money. Not bad. Terrible. In fact, if your brain were a financial advisor, it would probably tell you to buy a new iPhone, order takeout, and worry about retirement later. Which sounds ridiculous. Until you realize that's exactly what most people do. The question is, why? Why does saving money feel like punishment, while spending it feels like a reward? To answer that, we need to travel back about 200,000 years. Imagine you're a hunter-gatherer. You wake up. No bank account. No salary. No investment portfolio. No emergency fund. Just survival. You find food. You eat it. Immediately. Because if you don't, you might not get another meal tomorrow. This wasn't bad behavior. It was smart behavior. Your ancestors who delayed gratification too much often didn't survive. Nature rewarded immediate consumption, not long-term planning. And that's where the problem begins. Because your brain is still running software from the Stone Age. But it's trying to operate in a world of online shopping, credit cards, one-click purchases, and food delivery apps. It's like installing Windows 95 into a Tesla. The hardware is ancient. The environment is completely different. And history shows this problem again and again. Humans consistently choose immediate rewards over larger future rewards. Economists call it present bias. Call it the reason your Amazon cart exists. Now let's meet the villain. Dopamine, the chemical that drives anticipation and reward. Here's what scientists discovered. Your brain often gets more dopamine from anticipating a reward than receiving it, meaning the excitement of buying something can literally feel better than owning it. Think about that. The moment before clicking purchase. The moment before opening the package. That's the high, not necessarily the product itself. And companies know this. Global advertising spending now exceeds hundreds of billions of dollars every year. Their entire job is simple. Convince your ancient brain that happiness is one purchase away. Again, and again, and again. Meanwhile, saving money creates the opposite experience. No dopamine hit. No applause. No exciting unboxing video. You move $100 into savings. Nothing happens. You invest $500 into an index fund. Nothing happens. Your brain sees boredom. But here's the twist. Historically, boredom has been one of the most profitable financial strategies ever invented. The S&P 500 has returned roughly 10% annually over long periods. Not because investors were constantly doing exciting things, but because they sat still. In other words, your brain loves excitement. Wealth loves patience. Those two things are often enemies. Now let's talk about today. Because modern technology has supercharged this problem. 100 years ago, spending money required effort. You had to physically go somewhere. Hand over cash. Think about the purchase. Today, you can spend money while lying in bed, half asleep, in less than 10 seconds. Every app is competing for your attention. Every company wants your wallet. Every notification is another temptation. And that's why so many people feel stuck financially. Not because they're stupid, not because they're lazy, but because they're fighting millions of years of evolutionary programming. The average person sees money as something to consume. Wealthy people often train themselves to see money differently. They see money as a worker. Every dollar has a job. Spend it today, or let it work for you tomorrow. That's the decision. Every single time. Here's the part nobody wants to hear. Your brain will probably never wake up one morning and suddenly love saving money. That's not how this works. The goal isn't to eliminate temptation. The goal is to build systems that work despite temptation. Automatic investing, automatic saving, automatic transfers, because discipline is useful, but systems are scalable. And history teaches us something important. The people who build wealth aren't necessarily the smartest. They aren't necessarily the highest earners. They're often the people who learn to delay gratification just a little longer than everyone else. Not forever, just longer, because the future is uncertain. Markets are uncertain. Life is uncertain. But one thing has remained surprisingly consistent throughout history: the ability to sacrifice a little comfort today for a lot more freedom tomorrow. And that might be the closest thing finance has to a superpower. Real quick before you go, I want you to remember one thing. Your brain wants instant gratification. Your future self wants freedom. Every dollar you save is a vote for the person you want to become. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to Finance Simplicity for more simple lessons on money, investing, and wealth building. Until next time, keep learning, keep investing, and keep making your future self proud.